Hello, welcome to Boundless BL Drama Scene 1. The Boxes We Keep. In dimly lit college dorm room at dusk. Dust motes dance in the orange light of a setting sun. On the left side, the bed is perfectly made, surgical in its precision. On the right, a chaotic pile of vintage books and a leather jacket. The air feels heavy, thick with the scent of old paper and cedarwood. Elias, they say you should keep your friends close and your enemies closer. But they never told me what to do when your enemy's scent starts to feel like the only thing that lets you breathe. Julian Thorne. For 3 years, he's been the shadow over my academic life. The one who beats my test scores by a fraction of a point. The one who smiles at the professors with a charm that tastes like poison. And now, he's the person I have to share 10 square feet of space with for the next 9 months. Elias's hand trembling slightly as he organizes his desk. In the background, Julian enters, the door slamming with casual violence. Elias. Listen to him. He walks like he owns the floorboards. He doesn't just inhabit a room, he consumes it. I hate the way he drops his keys. I hate the way he hums when he's thinking. But mostly, I hate that I know exactly which song he's humming before he even starts. Scene 2, the midnight friction. Night. The room is blue-toned, lit only by 2 desk lamps. Elias is hunched over a laptop. Julian is lying on his back on his bed, staring at the ceiling, a single book discarded beside him. Elias. The silence between us isn't empty. It's a physical weight. I can feel his eyes on the back of my neck. It's been weeks of this cold war of glances and sharp remarks. You're typing too loud, Elias, he'd say. Maybe you're just not thinking hard enough to drown it out, Julian, I'd retort. But tonight, he's quiet. Too quiet. I turn around, and for a second, the mask is gone. He looks tired, not just sleepy, but hollow. My chest tightens. It's a dangerous feeling, this urge to reach across the gap between our beds and see if his skin is as cold as his stare. Julian looks up, catching Elias watching him. Their eyes lock, focusing on the dilation of Julian's pupils. Scene 3, the green-eyed monster. A crowded, blurred college party. The colors are neon, dizzying. Elias is standing in a corner, holding a drink he hasn't touched. Across the room, Julian is laughing with a group of strangers. A girl has her hand on Julian's arm. Elias. I told myself I didn't care. I told myself that seeing him with someone else would be a relief. If he's occupied with her, he's not occupying my thoughts. I was wrong. Watching her fingers brush the sleeve of his jacket felt like a serrated blade across my ribs. It wasn't just jealousy, it was a sickening sense of theft. He's mine, not because he loves me, God, he hates me, but because we've spent years defining ourselves with each other. He belongs in my periphery. He belongs in my nightmares. Julian looks over the girl's shoulder, his eyes finding Elias in the crowd. His smile vanishes. The gaze is intense, predatory, and desperate. Elias. He isn't looking at her anymore. He's looking through the crowd, through the noise, straight into the part of me I try to keep buried. He sees it. He sees the way I'm falling apart. Scene 4, the breaking point. Back in the dorm. It's raining outside, streaks of water blurring the window. The room is dark. Julian is standing by the door, blocking it. Elias is backed against his desk. Elias. Where did you go tonight? He asked. His voice was a low growl, stripped of all that polished charm. I tried to push past him. Out. It's none of your business, Julian. He didn't move. He stepped closer, crowding into my space until I could feel the heat radiating off his chest. Everything you do is my business. You've spent 3 years trying to outrun me. You don't get to disappear now. The air in the room vanished. I looked up at him, and the hatred, the beautiful, agonizing rivalry we'd built, snapped. Elias grabs Julian's collar, his knuckles white. Julian's hands slam against the wall on either side of Elias's head, pinning him. Elias. I can't stand you, I whispered. But my hands weren't pushing him away. I was pulling him closer. Tell me another lie, Julian breathed. His face was inches from mine. Tell me you don't think about me every time you close your eyes. Tell me you don't want to rip the skin off my bones just to see what's underneath. Scene 5. The confession and the claim. The lighting shifts to a warm, suffocating gold. The tension has broken into something raw. They are no longer fighting. They are clinging to each other like drowning men. Elias. It wasn't a soft confession. It wasn't poetry. It was a confession of a crime. I'm obsessed with you, he told me, his voice breaking against my neck. It's a sickness, Elias. I stayed in this room, I took these classes, I followed your shadow because the thought of you existing in a world where I wasn't there to challenge you, it made me feel like I was erasing. I felt the dampness of his tears against my skin, and the last of my defenses crumbled. I wrapped my arms around him, burying my face in his shoulder. Then don't let go, I said. It was a command and a plea. If this is a sickness, then I don't want the cure. I've spent so long trying to be better than you that I forgot how to be anything without you. They are sitting on the floor now, intertwined. Elia's fingers locked tight with Julian's. Elias, there is no more rivalry. No more scores to settle. Just this heavy, terrifying weight of being known. He is my roommate, my rival, my tormentor, and now, he is the only person allowed to touch the parts of me that are broken. Julian pulled back just enough to look me in the eyes. His gaze was possessive, a passionate claim that didn't need words. He wasn't just looking at me, he was marking me. You're mine, Elias, he whispered. In this room, in this life. You don't get to belong to anyone else. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I was finally home. The lamp flickers out, leaving only the sound of two hearts beating in a shared, synchronized rhythm. And that's where today's journey ends. Hope this helped. Subscribe for more daily BL videos and I'll catch you later. Bye.